Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Kohler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Kohler.
Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your very jolly fitness pro and race announcer from Fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever the heck holiday you celebrate. Festivus for the rest of us. Happy that. And today we're going to do a holiday episode. I don't think I've ever done an official holiday episode before, but I got this hankering and I invited / bullied, pestered, harassed my noisiest bestie, Rudy Novotny, my partner in Team Noisy, to come on the show. And believe it or not, he was all begrudging about it and said, I'm not the guy. He was being a bit of a Scrooge, but here he is anyways. Hello, Rudy. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Kohler. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you, your family, and everybody.
Oh, my goodness. See, I told you had an on switch. We were backstage and Rudy was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. And I was like, dude, you've got such an on switch. You're going to be fine. And there you are, belting out the big ho, ho, ho.
Well, yeah, it's a little work this year, but it's okay. And thank you for asking me on, bullying me, cajoling me, and threatening me to be part of the show. How's about you? What's going on? Merry holidays.
I have wrapped about 1,000 presents and I have about 1,000 more to wrap because I am that mom. I am over the top and that's just fine. And so, yeah, I'm in the middle of it, but I'm also relaxing and grateful to be home and not traveling. And so, as you know, when I finish up a race and I get home, all I want to be is ugly and in sweatsuits. And I have accomplished that for quite a few days already. So I feel great. What about you?
I'm just kind of hanging out and actually enjoying my sweats. Right now, I have a sweatshirt on that you gave me. I've got my Gator sweatshirt on. Go Gators. And we're having a very summer-like West Coast winter, which, I don't know, for Christmas and the holidays, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from New York and New Jersey. So I do enjoy the holidays. I do enjoy the colder weather, even a little snow. So ain't quite the Christmas festive here, but yeah, just kind of hanging out and being comfortable and doing little, which is wonderful.
So let's start there. Would you prefer to have a white Christmas or a sunny Christmas?
Oh, I'd prefer to have a white Christmas. Sure. Yeah, that will not be happening. The only way you can have white Christmas in California is to go to it, make the effort, go to Mammoth, sometimes Big Bear, a little further south than Mammoth. But yeah, that would be great. That would be really fun. I'd probably just stay inside and look out the window, but it's still nice, still a white Christmas.
You know what? I was watching the morning show news the other day and it was snowing in New York. And one of the anchors referenced mood snow. They're like, I just want mood snow, meaning they don't want a torrential amount of snow that blocks them inside and makes their life miserable. But when they look outside, they could see the snow falling and it gives them that festive mood. I would like that too. I mean, I've spent 100% of my Christmases in Florida. So I actually had snow once. Golly, I think it was maybe 7 years ago. And we had already opened presents. And, we had heard scuttlebutt about there being some flurries. And at about, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting at my back door and I hear people screaming. And I go outside and you can hear my neighbor screaming and all the little snow flurries are coming down. And then I started screaming and all the Kohlers went outside and it was very cold, but it was tiniest amount of snow. But we were out there like fools in our backyard doing snow angels and it was great. It was great. I would very much like to have a white Christmas once. That would be cool.
Never heard mood snow before, but I get it. That's actually a really cool term. That makes a lot of sense. So I have to understand. You're saying that you guys actually got enough snow that it covered the ground?
No, no. It was
Oh, I'm
falling and
sorry.
melting, and we were just,
See, when
Floridian
you
fools. Like, yeah, just making angels in the grass, really. But you
okay,
gotta
okay. When I heard snow angels,
preposterous,
okay,
preposterous.
just
Yeah.
checking. I had a
If we
hard
made a
time
snowman,
I had a hard time envisioning a gator snowman.
yeah, it was pretty weak. I mean, I think the most festive things that happen in my state are the poor iguanas that just freeze and then they freeze in the
Mm,
trees. And then you got to know that they're still alive. They're not really dead. They're just frozen, and don't throw them away or whatever. They will come back to
right.
life, which is ho ho ho, and weird little traditions. And we'll be right back. Did you know that wearing compression gear can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and speed recovery? It can also enhance your performance and diminish the suffering after an incredible run or workout. That's why I want you to check out my favorite compression gear, Leo Rivet. The streamlined designs look sharp, feel great, and come in gorgeous colors, like magenta sky, arctic white, graphite, and fern purple. They've got a sizey women's collection and a ginormous collection for men. From ankle length and capri tights to compression tanks and tees, arm sleeves, and more. It'll make the perfect holiday gift for your favorite athlete or New Year's gift for yourself. And my favorite part? It's all designed and made in America. Visit leorivet.com and do some serious shopping. That's LeoRever.com. Soothe your body in structured support while looking and feeling your best. We're back. Okay, so White Christmas we prefer. Now, you celebrate Christmas, correct?
Correct.
But you've
Yeah.
also celebrated Hanukkah, right?
Yes, yeah. My wife and I brought my daughter up in I was raised Catholic and my wife is Jewish, so we kind of made a conscious decision to bring our daughter up in the Jewish faith. And yet, I still enjoy all the culture and a lot of the religious views of the Catholic Church. So I, still embrace those. So my daughter gets the best of both worlds. We celebrate Christmas and with a little dreidel and latkes and little Hanukkah flavor. So yeah.
Well, I tell you what, when I was in college, I dated a Jewish guy for a few years and we talked marriage. And I could have been this awesome Jewish mama lady because of latkes. It's all about the latkes for me. And so I have been declared an honorary Jew by my friends, but could be really nice to be a real one, or at least be in a Jewish family where there was latke palooza throughout December. That would make me happy.
Latke palooza.
Mm-hmm. In my dreams. Do you know that this year both Christmas is the same day as the first day of Hanukkah?
It is, yeah. I don't know how often that happens, but it certainly is happening this year. So yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I love it. You know what? I like when my Jewish friends are also doing festive things on Christmas Day. I tend to have a few Jewish friends come over and do Christmas with me every year, but I don't know. I like it when most everybody is doing the holiday thing on the same day.
Yeah, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and just a good time for everybody to celebrate and be grateful for all the wonderful things we have in our lives.
Yeah. So I celebrate Christmas too. Everybody should know I was also raised Catholic. I don't practice hardcore right now, but that was the holiday I was given. And I do love Christmas. Now, what were Christmases like when you were a kid?
Oh man, my parents would go over the top, and it was it was it was fantastic. Christmas was always very, very special. I was the oldest of six, so Christmas for us would be my father taking us into New York City, which was amazing. It's New York City in the holiday season is absolutely spectacular. So we'd go into the city, we'd go to what were the FAO Schwartz toy store. Just just hard to explain how incredible that place was. And a couple other stops, Rockefeller Center, see the Christmas tree, and go to a wonderful dinner. And that was a very, very special part of the holiday season. And just celebrating with the family. And it was always, our Christmas was always, our major Christmas celebration was always Christmas morning.
Okay.
Okay. And get up and just, six kids, we would just lose our minds. And then I was probably, about 12, maybe 13 when the transition took place.
Oh no.
And oh, yeah. And the celebration was changed to the night before.
Okay.
I had a really hard time with that. I was not in. I'm pretty sure that everybody else was fine with it. And for some reason, and I can't really give you a lot of specifics, I guess I'm a hardcore traditionalist and I don't go easy into change. And it just really bothered me. I just was cheating. It's cheating.
Right. So when I was a kid, my parents also went bonkers for Christmas. And that's why I carry on the tradition. There's easily 80 presents under my tree already. I mean, it's just obnoxious. And I remember our whole entire living room was filled once Santa came, but it was a very Santa focused Christmas season, and we'd go see Santa, and Santa's still my favorite human on earth. I just freaking love it. Made me so happy. I was elated to go see him. In fact, our local fire department, I believe on Christmas Eve, would bring Santa Claus through our neighborhood, and we'd get to go out in front of the house and wave at Santa. And we always had matching pajamas, my sister and and I was the youngest of three. My brother was 9 years older. My sister was 6 years older. So I don't remember my brother having the PJs with us, but I remember these long red and white striped nightgowns with a bonnet, the sleeping bonnet. But yeah, so we would have Christmas Eve, like family over, and my mom always had catered stuff, whatever. There was, what do we call it? Lunch meats? Is that what we call it? And
okay,
deli
yeah,
meat, deli platter, and all the things, and the cookies. And then and after Santa came through the neighborhood, they would put me to bed, of course, because I was the youngest. And so Santa could come, and eventually Santa would come and they would wake me up. And so I grew up. We would, as soon as Santa arrived, my mother was in my room, rattling me, saying, guess what? I heard something and Santa's been here. And I'd come out all bleary eyed, and the room would be just loaded with all the presents. No, my parents brought the Santa, and then we would open them up at night. And then it really worked out for my parents because everybody would go back to bed. I remember watching the midnight mass a lot. The Pope was on at midnight doing his thing. So we'd go to sleep after midnight. But then when I woke up in the morning, I got to go out to the tree and just play with my toys and dig through my stuff. And my parents got to sleep. They got to sleep in. And yeah, because they woke us up as soon as Santa came, they didn't have to worry about us beating them to the punch and getting to the tree before they did. So, and then I think we would just go to my uncle's, and I had a ton of cousins, and we would, exchange presents and then play Ghost in the Graveyard all evening. And it was fun. It was good times.
Now, were you getting a lot of clothing and stuff like that? I asked because I remember for me, I was just one of those kids with, oh, nice, a shirt. Mm.
Well, what did you get? What did you get the most of?
Oh, toys and stuff, and just kind of various kind of fun stuff. And I just, up to a point, as I got older, clothing was fine, but I remember deep disappointment with anything that was cloth or, oh, look, shoes. Oh, that's great.
Right. Socks and undies. Yeah. My mom did a great combination, and Santa always brought great toys. And then as I became a teenager, the clothes thing became more exciting. Now, do you recall your favorite Christmas gift? Like, what is that one gift you are so grateful you received as a kid?
Well, okay, so I remember, I, I don't know what the age was, but hopefully we're talking about really, really young, but I remember getting a big yellow dump truck, like a Tonka, if that, and maybe that dates me. I'm sure it does. Big
They
yellow
still make
Tonka.
them.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
They still make them, and kids
They
still
still
get
make them,
excited about Tonka
yeah.
trucks.
Big yellow Tonka dump truck. So the back went up and you put dirt in it and, make a mess everywhere. That was awesome. I love that Tonka truck. Yeah, that was a big deal. And then one time getting a radio a transistor radio.
Oh my.
It was long before digital, it was AM, FM and exciting as hell. And those were some of the early ones that I recall. Yeah,
So
lots of stuff.
the gift I begged for was the Barbie dream house. And I was obsessed with Barbie. I had all the Barbie things, but the dream house came out. I think I might have been about 5. And I do remember telling my mom and my grandmother, they were sitting at the kitchen table, my mom and her mom, and I was telling them I really wanted the Barbie dream house. And my mom said, "I'm so sorry, we can't afford it." And I remember sobbing, just having this meltdown. And she would say, "I'm so sorry that we're not going to be able to do that this year." And I woke up on Christmas Eve and Santa had left me the Barbie dream house, and it was unwrapped next to the tree. And I lost my marbles. It was I would say that's got to be my favorite childhood gift I received. I got that dream house.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not your parents' problem, that they can't afford anything because Santa's the one bringing it. Come on.
Right. Santa probably never let me down. I was very fortunate.
Santa stepped in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I always made my way over to Santa to make sure he knew what I want. I think that's a fail. Sometimes our kids don't visit Santa, then how is he supposed to know unless you tell him or maybe even write it down, right?
Right. So your parents would take you routinely to go see Santa, and you would let Santa know about your list and all your wants and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. And I was never afraid of Santa or the Easter Bunny or any of those things. What about you? Do you remember if you were afraid of Santa ever?
Yeah, no, I knew he was the guy I needed to talk to. I needed to put my order in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'd go year after year and do the obligatory pictures with Santa that are clearly somewhere. My sister Nancy probably has them. She's kind of the holder and keeper of all the Novotny stuff.
The stuff. So how did Christmas work? I know you celebrated both Hanukkah and Christmas, but how did Christmas work as a parent?
Well, just, I presented Christmas to my daughter. Jenna would come over. My wife and I were divorced, and Jenna would come over and spend part of Christmas Day with me, and we'd open presents, and she always had something nice for me. Sometimes something, handmade, which is, of course, very, very special. I know you're a big fan of anything made by your kids, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, you still request. Isn't that right?
Request / demand. That's it. What do you want, Mom? I want you to make me something. And they're 21 and 19, and I'm so hopeful. I mean, Christmas is a couple days from now. I'm desperately hoping that they have come up with something for me, or I'll be sad.
You know what? You have 2 wonderful children. I am sure that they will come through with something handmade. So
yeah,
you shan't be disappointed, Kohler.
No, I shan't. Christmas has been, I think, equally as exciting as a parent for me as it was as a kid, because I love that Santa was coming to my house, and that magic really was so special here and provided the same type of Christmases that my parents gave me, no matter how fiscally hard things have been.
Right.
When you're a young person starting out with a new kid, everything's expensive, but we made sure that they had the same type of experience walking out Christmas morning. And, of course, Santa brings what he brings, but I've spent many Christmas Eves hiding in my room, wrapping millions of things. I used to barricade my children into their side of the house. Now it sounds like we call it the Kohler Mansion. It's less than a mansion, but that's just a name we've given it. Anywho, you walk through a hallway and then their rooms are there, but there's a little entryway. And so Ginger, gosh, she would get so excited about Santa that she couldn't go to sleep. And sometimes she would throw up, literally puke with excitement at 4 and 5 because she couldn't wait for Santa. So, I didn't want her to bust Santa when he showed up because I don't know, did he disappear or not leave the gifts? I just never wanted that to happen. So I have this collapsing wooden thing. I don't know. It's kind of a room separator. And so I would put that over the hallway, barricade my kids into their hall, and then put a comforter over it so they couldn't see through it. So, if Santa was in the middle of laying gifts, they couldn't come out and see Santa. But that was a lot of effort. Parker would go to sleep like an angel, just pass right out, sweet baby, sleep with his Pooh Bear tucked in the arm and just not move all night. Ginger needed access. So that made things tricky, but it's been so exciting to be their parent. Even now, before I left for Rocket City Marathon, I wrapped only one present and I put it under the tree. And so Ginger was still at college and Parker was home. So I put one present for him, just left it there. And so cute because I came home. I said, "Are you excited for Christmas?" He's like, "Yeah, there's that present underneath the tree for me." And he's still the baby, right? So I'm still working my little magic. And we used to have elfkins, or the elves that fly around the house. And so now the elf isn't flying around a house anymore. But Parker, when he was younger, he was obsessed with a show called, oh my gosh, Once Upon a Time. I think it was an ABC show, and it took fairy tales and brought them into reality. Like there was a Snow White, and there was I don't even know what all the characters were, but someone might recognize this. But the evil queen, her name, the actress is Lana Perile, and a pretty woman. I don't know. He might have been 8 years old and obsessed with her. She was 35, 40, and this was the love of his life. And so we bought him this cardboard cutout of Lana Perile. And so we still have it. And now all month we've put this Santa hat on her, and she's been bouncing around the house, surprising us. So you wake up in the morning and you're startled because there's a 5.5 foot tall Lana Perile standing in the shower. Or you come out of your bedroom and she's right there staring in your face. So she's kind of our Christmas elf right now, flying around the house, showing up in surprising places. Lana Perile is our Christmas elf.
Well, that sounds like fun. It's the traditions and the legacy that we, carry forward in part from our families and from, like we're talking about here, what we did when we were growing up, what our parents brought in from their own personal experiences, and then what we do with it. Some of these things might be changed a little bit. There may be a lot of things that are the same, but it's part of the really fun celebration of the holidays and the way we personalize it. And again, the aspect of tradition is always very strong on the holidays. I love that.
Yeah, me too. And I don't have the amount of family around here. There's nobody in Gainesville but us, and there's nobody for hundreds of miles. So it's just us. And so I think at first I felt a little like, oh my gosh, we used to have these huge Christmases, and now it's just us. But we've turned just us into a really good time. I mean, I think Christmas Eve, we go to a restaurant, we eat somewhere on Christmas Eve. And then lately, we've always gone from dinner to look at Christmas lights. And for a while we had fun. We would look for deflated inflatables, inflatables that had been knocked over. That was kind of the highlight of our lights. And then last year we got my Wrangler and pulled the roof down, and we turned on the worst Christmas music you could imagine. And we blasted it out of my Jeep as we toured some Christmas lights. And it's just fun, like everybody's really sarcastic here. So it's just us, but it's silly and it's great.
So, well, let me ask you a question then. Can you give me an example of a piece of really bad Christmas music?
Okay. Yes. So I'm so glad you asked. So there's a YouTuber lady. She's very famous. Her name is Trisha Paytas. And I'm sure the grown-ups probably have no idea who she is, but she's a sensation on YouTube. She has a podcast. I think it's called like Just Trish or something. She's a wacky girl. I think she used to be a prostitute or a stripper, and she used to have drug problems, and she's revamped her life, and she's really gotten her stuff together, but she's wild. She will get on YouTube and she will just showcase her whole day. I mean, people will watch her on YouTube for hours, and she fancies herself a great singer. And so she has sang some very bad songs, and those are the ones that they're just comical. Now, interestingly enough, she was just on Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago, and she went on tour. LA, San Diego, and New York four sold out Merry Trishmas shows, and she's going to have her own Broadway show in February. So this woman that we die laughing over her terrible singing has become wildly successful for her very funny, unabashed performances. But yeah, those are the kind of songs we cruise around to. It's just really bad Christmas songs, and it makes us happy.
So you talked about actually traveling around Gainesville, looking at some of the perhaps exceptional displays. Is there still a lot, or are you seeing more or less of that in your area?
I would say equal or more. Yeah, I don't see the Christmas spirit fading out around here. I think people are really pumped about it. And yeah, there's one neighborhood called Town of Tioga that they just do a beautiful job. The houses are higher priced houses, and they go all out for Halloween. They go all out for Christmas. And then there's some real blue collar neighborhoods that also go all out too. So we spend some time in each. And then I would say the decorations on my house used to be a lot more glamorous when they were kids, and now they're a little more simplified. But we still have lights, and there's a Santa out in front, and then a little dog that looks just like Joey. So I don't know.
Joey!
Joey! That's right. That's right.
Well, so let me guess. The dogs get gifts for Christmas too, of course, in the Kohler household.
Of course. Much like Riley's always had gifts. In fact, I like shipping gifts to you for Riley. That has been very fun over the years. I'm so sorry Riley's not going to be with you this year.
Yeah, that's really sad. I miss him so much, and this will be the first Christmas in 12 years without him. So, oh, yeah, there's that. So, but you know what? Guess what? I will have 2 4-footed guests here for Christmas. Little Bentley, little scruff named Bentley, and a cute little corgi named Tandy. I'll be doing a little dog sitting, so I'll have some warm-blooded barking friends celebrating with me for Christmas. So I got that going on.
Yeah, and I'm so happy they're going to be with you, and chomping at the bit, super excited over here for when you decide to get up and go rescue yourself a new best friend. I know that's coming soon.
Well, I don't know about how soon. I in my head, I do have plans to do that at some point in time. It's something that you just need to be ready to do, and perhaps I'm getting more ready as time goes by. But we'll see how that develops. But yeah, and I watch TikToks of rescues, and it just reduces me to a sobbing mess, if I don't mind admitting it. So anyway,
I think you're almost ready.
Okay, well, we'll see. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the kitty cats and all the doggies and all the bunnies and the horses and all the animals that we
Yeah.
have and have become part of our family and we love so much.
So much, so much. Yeah, Joey is dressed in his Santa outfit today, and he looks particularly adorable. All right, Novotny, moving on. Who is your favorite Christmas character? I'm talking icon, like Frosty or Santa or anyone in the Christmas or holiday arena. Who's your favorite? And you can pick a couple if you like. If you have a couple of special.
A couple. I'm trying to come up with one, and you make it okay for me to have several. So, I'm going untraditional. I just love the Charlie Brown Christmas and watching them, that type of thing. And of course, my birth name is Rudolph. So I grew up with my favorite character. And I guess, the truth is my favorite character is the one and only Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. That's the fact, Jack.
That is a fine choice. And only a psychopath wouldn't love Rudolph. I have to say Santa. I do love the Grinch, and we have some special ties to the Grinch. It's my favorite cartoon. I was going to ask you what your favorite cartoon, but you like the Charlie Brown Christmas. I love how the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then I also love on the Rudolph cartoon, the abominable snowman. That guy just kills me. He's dizzy.
That's a good one.
He's got a toothache.
Yeah.
I think he's very, very funny.
Yeah, that is a good one. And of course there's all the movies and the TV shows and everything. For me, I personally would not admit how many times I've seen it, but the Home Alone series, particularly the first one, that's so much fun to watch. I love that.
So that's your favorite Christmas movie?
It's probably up there in my favorites. Yeah. Just and it's fresh on the mind because I just saw it again. So
yeah, those are great movies and such great acting on the behalf of Kevin. My favorite Christmas movie is Elf. Yeah, it used to be Die Hard, but it's Elf with Will Ferrell, Buddy the Elf. I think he's so funny. That's a movie that I could watch most days of the year and giggle every single time. It's just so silly, just absolutely so silly.
And the movie, as you mentioned, that is always a part of the big controversy of, is it really a Christmas movie or not?
Die Hard.
Exactly.
Totally is. Definitely is a Christmas movie.
I got it. I think it plays every day from like Thanksgiving until New Year's.
Right. Yeah, no, great movie. Oh, the other movie I love so much is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey. Wow, did he do a wonderful job. That's another total giggler. And then my other obsession with that is the fact that Ginger played the Grinch in her 5th grade play, and she almost out-Grinched Jim Carrey. She was wild and so bold. And when I was watching her in that elementary school cafeteria, when I was watching her Grinching it up, because we had rehearsed her lines, but she didn't perform at all at home. So I had no idea what to expect. When she got on that stage and she started Grinching, I've never been so exhausted in my life. It was so emotionally taxing watching her do this incredible thing. And she had the whole cafeteria in stitches. And now it's on my YouTube page. It has been since then. It's got almost 50,000 views. My kid as the Grinch. So we love the Grinch around here.
Okay. Well, now I'm admittedly biased because I am a huge fan of the entire Kohler tribe. But having said that, I'm glad you framed that whole piece about the Grinch, because the truth is that Ginger was a better Grinch than Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey was phenomenal, but I'll never forget the first time you showed me that clip that I think is about, I don't know, I think it's about like 10 minutes long or longer.
It's like 40 minutes, the whole play. The whole play.
She was unbelievable. I mean, thinking about that right now, I am shocked that she's not solidly found her spot in Hollywood. And I know she's happy doing what she's doing, and that's all wonderful. But that was an epic performance. She Grinched out anybody else that's ever been the Grinch.
Well, thank you. I agree. And I actually encouraged her to act. And she just said, Mom, it's not very practical. It's not a practical career. And I thought, okay. So maybe one day she'll give it a try. Okay. What is your favorite Christmas song or favorite couple of Christmas songs?
Well, okay, so it might tend to be more on a religious bent, but Silent Night is beautiful. I mean, that's just a really, really beautiful song. And what else? That's among my favorites. And Holly Jolly Christmas. I could actually just put on a Christmas station and just listen to it all. But those are probably among my favorites. How about you?
I love. I don't. I think she's very annoying, but I love Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You," and I really like. I mean, I like them all, but Justin Bieber's "Drummer Boy." I love "Mele Kalikimaka," and then "Sleigh Ride." "Sleigh Ride" is a really fun song. I performed that in the chorus in elementary school, and I just thought it's a nice upbeat, fun song. So, yeah,
So those
I
are
don't
all
even
good.
think I don't think I've heard anything but All I Want for Christmas Is You so far. So I'm probably going to have to turn on some Christmas music when we're done recording as I
There
wrap
you go.
presents and
There
listen
you
to
go.
that.
You
Okay,
still
what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Well, okay, so my favorite Christmas cookie is gingerbread cookies or gingerbread anything. It's not something that I would eat typically during the year. So, boy, when those come up, and gingerbread cookies, yeah, nom nom nom. Give me a glass of milk and a whole bunch
Wow.
of gingerbread cookies. I said milk, and yeah, gingerbread cookies. Love it, love it.
Okay. And
Little icing trim on those, and I'm good to go.
nice, nice. I'm going to let everybody in on the scoop that when I met Rudy Novotny, he said milk as if the word MELK. And I was like, milk? It's not milk, it's milk. There's an I there. And so he has worked so hard, and that was perfect pronunciation. Well
I'm
done.
glad you like it. I'm glad you
I do.
like it. You
I
set
do.
me up.
And my favorite Christmas cookies, I think a good old fashioned sugar cookie with frosting is a real winner. But the other day, I was at, I don't know, I went to get a spray tan or something, and they had a box of cookies up front, and they were chocolate wafers covered with white chocolate frosting with peppermint candy canes blended in. Oh my gosh, they were really good. So I think that peppermint chocolate cookie could vie for my top spot right now.
Nice. I'll try a couple of those. Send them
Yeah, I
over.
know you. Rudy never rejects a cookie. So if you were going to perform a Christmas song karaoke style, that's right. You're
Oh,
out in front of the crowds, all the runners. It's a running party and it's karaoke. And we have all bullied you into getting on the stage. What song are you going to rock out karaoke for the runners?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, the very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Come on, my name's Rudolph. That's got to be my song.
You got to go for it like that. That was really
Yeah,
good.
not too
That was
bad. All right.
unsurprising. I think I would sing "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," because you can talk through it as opposed to
Mhm.
sing. And as you know, my singing voice is not so hot. It's nowhere near yours. So I could be, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," and nobody's ears would bleed.
Well, it seems that you guys are totally set with the Grinch. The Grinch is is a big Kohler fave.
Yeah, it is. Who could go wrong with the Grinch, even though we're pretty positive people? And we will be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for a loved one battling cancer? The Cancer Comeback Series by Fitz offers hope, inspiration, and practical guidance. With Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and the Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. These books are a lifeline for all patients and survivors. Right now, you can order autographed copies at a special discount. Show your support and help a loved one go from sick to strong. Visit fitzness.com today. That's FITZNESS.com. Fitzness.com.
We're back. What's the favorite gift you've ever given somebody for Christmas?
Oh, man, these are really tough questions.
All right, I'm going to tell you mine while you think.
Yeah, go
best
ahead,
gift-
please.
Best gift I ever gave was my best friend, my dog Piper. I adopted her and presented her to the kids on Christmas, I think 2007. Oh no, 2009. So yeah, Piper is the best Christmas gift I've ever given.
Okay. Oh, well, that's huge. Okay. As I'm thinking through, one year, I've been in California now 50 years, a long time, by far and away most of my life. And I didn't get back to the East Coast to see my family and friends very often. And my sister Nancy plotted with me to surprise my mom and dad one year. And we set it all up. And that was it. It was literally like we pulled off this whole thing with my calling and talking to my dad, and my dad saying to me, how wonderful it is to have all the kids over, but it would sure make it all come together if there was any way I could ever be part of it. But, since it is the night before and everything, it's just wonderful to be talking. And then I knocked on the door in my sister's house that my dad was in. And my sister was, Dad, would you go answer the door? Dad, go answer the door. No, I'm talking to your brother. And all this little fight broke out with my dad. And finally he goes to the door and I was there. So that's one of my favorite gifts, if I'm allowed to call it that, that I remember. And my dad just melted into my arms, and it was very special. It was sweet. It was good times.
I love that. That's really sweet. Yeah, that's what our parents want. They just want us, right?
Right. Yeah. That's, and to know that we're happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very fortunate. My mom's still around, and she's going to come visit me in January, and I'm really excited.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Regifting. Okay or no okay?
I'd say totally okay. I give a lot of stuff. I just get a lot of stuff. So that's my personal angle on that, and it's because I have regifted. I don't do it routinely, but I just get a lot of stuff, and it's with all the best of intentions, and I never return it. So it's like, there it is. Why not regift? I don't think there's anything wrong with regifting.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, given with love, received with love, and passed on with love. That's yeah. Thank you.
Regifting, yes. Okay. If you were going to buy all of our running friends a gift, what would you buy for them?
Oh, man.
Or what would you gift them, I should say?
Yeah, what would I gift them? Well, okay. Well, it isn't a thing, but I would start with gifting them just a healthy year of running and just being active and getting out there and enjoying their running, whether it's just running or racing or whatever. An actual gift item. I'm really a big fan of the stick or anything else like that.
It's a massage tool. If you don't know, he's not talking about a stick off a tree. It's a massage tool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good point. Wow, Rudy's a cheap bastard. He's just going to give me a stick. Yeah. The massage tool, known as the stick, and there's a number of other iterations out there. it's just really an outstanding tool as long as you use it, and I've been using mine plenty lately. I think I got about 3 or 4 of them. And yeah, something like that. Either that or maybe, for the lack of a better term, a thumper. What I don't even know what
Like a Theragun. Yeah.
Theragun. Thank you. Theragun or that type of item. Yeah, boy, my bank account's going to be really low. I'm going to get these for all our running friends. Now they're going to contact me. Hey, I heard what you got me. Here's
That's
my
right.
address. Thanks,
Okay.
Fitz.
So I'm going to look like a cheap SOB because in my mind, I was thinking I would gift everybody an audio clip with their own private go, a big Susie set go or Barbara set go. I would want to gift that to everybody.
Great idea. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's been requested of us, many, many times ago, or maybe, some kind of private motivation. We've both gotten those calls. So no, I like that. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's not cheap at all.
You know what? You should make one for me because you're my favorite race announcer. And that would be really fun to have your voice help me start off all of my workouts.
There you go. Well, you know what? You give me one, I'll give you. You give me yours, I'll give you mine.
Okay.
What a deal.
Well, listen, thank you for giving me the gift of your time and your energy today.
Oh, thanks, Fitz. I honestly didn't feel like doing this, and I honestly am very, very glad we got together and spent the time. I love chatting with you. You are not only my favorite race announcer, you're also my favorite podcaster and interviewer. You are so gifted. You make it so easy and fun. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you not letting me grinch out.
Yes, I had to arm twist everybody. Let me remind you, there was arm twisting, and Rudy had his on switch set. So thank you for turning on. Okay. Communication tip. What is your pointer for our listeners on communicating?
Okay, my communication tip is really kind of basic, but I believe very, very important. And that is, we're all so tied to our phones. It's just a way of life. It's just the way it is. And the truth is that just because your phone rings doesn't mean you have to answer it. You don't let your phone run your life or make some effort to make it run your life less. Just because it rings doesn't mean you have to go answer it. Just because you hear that text tone doesn't mean you need to dash upstairs, dash downstairs, whatever it is, and change whatever you're doing or the focus of your current moment to go be a slave to your phone. And to be fair to everybody, I'm not lecturing anybody. I'm offering this up so I can hear myself say it. And so I can be the first to modify my behavior and be subject to my phone less. That's my communication tip for you.
Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Thank you. And I went a little step further. I've turned off all of my notifications. So on occasion, someone can call and I'll hear it ring. But if you text me, I do not get an alert. And I get texted by all sorts. I'll meet someone at a race and they'll text me 500 times over the course of the next year. I can not allow that to interrupt my quality time with my children or anyone else or my dogs or myself. So all notifications are off. I've got Ginger and Parker can break through in a crisis. And yeah, that phone is not my boss. So brilliant. Okay, Rudy, it's at the risk of being redundant, song of the week. What song do you want people to add to their playlist for the holidays while they're working out? This is a song that they can listen to while they're on their Peloton like you, or they're lifting weight, or they're smashing the pickleball, or dancing the polka.
Okay. But you want a holiday twist to it. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm a Jersey guy. I grew up with him. Bruce Springsteen doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I thought you were going to go with Run, Run, Rudolph, but Santa Claus is Coming to Town is another great choice. Excellent. Of course.
There you go. Well, hey, as we close up again, I want to wish anybody listening, and I hope that it's a bunch of people, the happiest of the holidays, any holidays that you celebrate with your family and friends, and a absolutely spectacular new year. Of course, that goes out to you, Fitz, and the hotties. And I know you've got a lot of listeners. So to each and every one of you, all the best. Ho, ho, ho.
Thank you, Rudy. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything, everybody. Thank you for listening to our holiday show. This has been a lot of fun, and I hope all the things you want or need are under your tree or your menorah. And yeah, watch what you put in your mouth. Have a great time. I hope Santa's good to everybody. Get to work. I love you. Bye, team.
Hi, this is Rudy Novotny, the voice of America's Marathons. We all love how much running has benefited every aspect of our lives, so much so that most of us only wish we'd started sooner. Wouldn't it be wonderful to gift the opportunity to children of today? Well, you can. The Morning Mile is a before-school walking and running program that gives children the chance to start each day in an active way while enjoying fun, music, and friends. That's every child, every day. It's also supported by a wonderful system of rewards, which keeps students highly motivated and frequently congratulated. Created by our favorite fitness expert, Fitz Kohler, Morning Milers across the country have run over 2 million miles and are having greater success with academics, behavior, and sports because of it. The Morning Mile is free to the child, free to the school, and is inexpensively funded by businesses or generous individuals. Help more kids get moving in the morning by visiting morningmile.com. Champion the program at your favorite school or find out more about sponsorship opportunities. That's morningmile.com. Long may you run.